Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode here on NRV Outdoors. Today we are back in one of my favorite little creeks to do a highly requested video for you guys to enjoy. And in today's video, we have got a small little 1/64 ounce trout magnet jig head hook with one of our NRV Baits mini minnows on there in that awesome white color. We'll be throwing around that Fenwick Eagle with some 6-pound fluorocarbon line spooled up on to that Pfluger President. And in today's video, we are going to dive into flipping and pitching in small creeks and how to maximize your time while on the water and catch as many fish as possible. So let's not waste any time and let's hop right into today's video. There we go. There we go. Fish on right there. That old white mini minnow. Oh, flip her up here into the net. There we go. Oh, kicked it just like we like to see right there. Beautiful little rainbow to start out our adventure. Take off. Get out of here. There it goes. Heck yeah, fast start right there, our very first spot. Throwing that old white mini minnow. Heck yeah. Got him. Wow. Just a few casts in, 2 fish already. Wow, busy weekend. Sneaking into a spot that people are overlooking. Wow. 2 fish back to back. This one's a very awkward colored little guy. Definitely a little male. Wow. Let's let him go. Get out of here, buddy. There we go. 2 fish back to back on that white mini minnow. Out here fishing the old weekend. Getting it done. Heck yeah. Now, I've had a lot of people here recently ask me about this flipping technique that I'm doing. And a lot of you guys, there's another fish coming to get it right there. And a lot of you guys that have been watching the channel for a long time know all about it because I've mentioned it in several videos in the past. But basically what this is, guys, is a way of flipping and pitching that I picked up from bass fishing. A lot of you guys that have been following the channel for a long time, there's another one, know that I love to bass fish. And this is simply a technique that I use while flipping and pitching jigs in brush and heavy cover for bass. And all it really does is allows us to cover water more quickly and get more casts and give us more chances to catch more fish just like this one. Wow. There's fish number 3 out of here already. There we go. Quick pop loose. Another beautiful little rainbow trout. Let's let him go. Take off. There it goes. Heck yeah, guys. That is 3 fish back to back to back. All on that white mini minnow. Just simply flipping it out there, bouncing it back. They have to have it. Now, as far as the technique is concerned, all I do is I open up that bail. I shoot out the cast to the desired distance. For in this situation, it's just right here in front of this old rock. Then I grab that line with my left hand and just simply bounce it back. Now, no need to engage the reel with this technique. You can cover a lot of water. You just lift it back up, shoot it back over there again, hold that line, use that line in your hand there instead of the reel. It allows you to make more casts more quickly, giving you more opportunities to catch more fish. It's very simple, very effective. And once again, guys, it's just something that I picked up from the bass fishing industry. It's something I've done since a young man, out flipping jigs off of the boat, trying to cover water, get more casts in there and catch more bass to potentially win more tournaments. Let's go ahead and make a few more flips in here with this old white mini minnow and see if we can't turn a couple more out of here using this fun little flipping and pitching technique. Got him. Another one. Well, that's 4 fish out of here. Quick and in a hurry using that old flipping and pitching technique. Wow. I guess those old weekend crowds just don't look at these small little corner holes, because there's people everywhere, and these little fish in here are absolutely hammering, and there's nobody around. Wow, another little clone. Let's let him go. There we go, 4 in a row. all on that same little white mini minnow. Starting to get a little bit of damage there to him, but that's okay. We'll just re-rig that hook the best that we can. And there we go. We'll bomb him back in there again. Now, something else that a lot of you guys may not know that I would like to mention is whenever you're doing this technique, it's ideal to flip that jig in well upstream of wherever you're planning on targeting the fish at. For instance, right here, we know the fish are just in front of this big rock. But as you'll notice, I'm flipping it just out in front of it, giving it plenty of time to sink, because whenever you're using this technique and you're not engaging that reel, you can really give it a very tight, close jigging action. As you can see right there, just barely bouncing that rod. And you can really work the hole from end to end. So it's best to go ahead and get that lure down there into the strike zone, just a few inches off the bottom, before you allow it to get where the fish are. Now, that's pretty common when it comes to jigging, whether you're engaging that reel or not. But it's just something I'd like to mention. Keeping that thing in close quarters to the fish and making sure that it's down there in the strike zone before it gets there is always a good idea. There we go. Got him on right there. Oh, he kicked the hook. That's 2 fish we've hooked and missed right here. Wow, guys. They're still taking it, though. Unfortunately, this little run right here, with that little bit of murk, we can't quite see them take, so we're missing those strikes. And I don't know if you guys noticed that right there, but sometimes when you're flipping and jigging like this and the fish gets too close, whenever you set that hook, you've got to feed that line back to the fish. And you have to do that in a way that won't allow that fish to get any of that tension loose, because if that tension comes loose and that fish can kick that hook, it will every time. And in that situation right there, we pulled that fish out, it came right to us and started swimming to our feet, and unfortunately the tension of that line was released just long enough for that fish to spit that hook right back at us. But that is part of this technique. Again, once that fish bites and you set that hook, you've got to feed that line back until it's tight, and if you just let it go, well, odds are you're going to miss that fish. And that's exactly what happened right there. Back to back. Got him that time. There we go. There we go. Had him on, missed him. Fish came over and got it again. Good sized fish too. Wow, beautiful one. Grab that old mini minnow out. He kicked it right there in the net. There we go. Wow, check that one out. That's fish number 5 in the net. Fish number 7 or 8 to bite. But wow, guys, that one right there, hit it once, flipped it over there again. Seen him kind of flash, gave it a couple more flips, and that fish came on over there and got it for us. That's really the beauty of the flipping and pitching technique, is it allows you to get those casts in there so fast and so rapid, and you can do it with such precision after a little bit of practice that the fish really just cannot help but get it. They see it come by repetitively over and over and over again, and they just assume that it's something that they can feed on, that's darting back and forth in their run, and they'll come on over and get it. But heck yeah, guys, that's just proof that that technique works, and if you can get that bait in there multiple times over and over and over, eventually you're going to get that stubborn fish to feed. Well, guys, a common mistake that I see when people first start flipping and pitching using this technique is they'll cast out there, they'll take their finger and they'll hold their line like that, and they'll leave their bell open, and then they'll start their jigging technique. Now, this does work out if you're wanting to feed more line as you jig, but what'll oftentimes happen, guys, is you'll forget to remove your finger from that line, and when the fish bites, you'll set the hook, you'll feed your line back up till it's taut, then you'll let your finger go, and then as you can see right there, all that slack just takes off down the reel and the fish pops off. And that's never what you want. That'll almost always result in giving that fish the leverage it needs to spit that hook. But the real beauty about this style of fishing is you're able to come up to a hole just like this one right here. You're able to flip out a select amount of line, then you can really cover the hole. And what it boils down to at the end of the day is you're giving yourself more opportunities to make more casts to the fish. If you had to engage your reel and reel up and recast every time between flips, just like we're doing now, it would reduce the amount of times that you're able to cast into a hole. And at the end of the day, the more casts you can make, the more opportunities you can give yourself, the more fish you have the chance to catch. And that's really what it boils down to. Is at the end of the day, you want to make as many casts as you can, present your lure to as many fish as possible, to raise that tally and to make your day that much more enjoyable. All right, guys, before we leave, I want to fish this little stretch over there. That's a little bit far to do our flipping and pitching. So what we're going to have to do, guys, is flip it over there, work that lure back, and then really pull that line taut just like that. Raise that rod tip up high and give it a bit of a flip over there just like that. And that will allow you to make a lot longer flip, giving yourself chances to catch fish that are further away. Now, this is not something I recommend if you're just starting out with this technique, but after you've practiced for a little while, you really can get the hang of it. You can get to doing it. And again, all you got to do is pull that line way out to the side, raise that rod tip up high, flip it on over there. And as you can see, we're about 10 to 15 yards away, still flipping and pitching, maximizing our cast, giving ourselves more opportunities. That's pretty much going to do it for this little run. Let's go ahead and pack it in, head on up the creek, and see what else we can find. There we go, fish on. Flipping and pitching this old run right here. Little bitty rainbow on. I think that will make our 6th fish of the day. We have covered an absolute pile of water, ladies and gentlemen, from one end of the creek to the other. And this is the very first fish we found since leaving our first hole. Let's let him go. Wow, got that one on the old white creek bug. Right out from under this old log that's holding one of the big old jumping spiders here in Virginia. But wow, guys, I will take it nonetheless. It has been a bit of a struggle here on the weekend. Oh, there's another one, back-to-back casts. Looks like we have found our little lucky log hole here, holding a couple fish for us. Heck yeah, about the same size, but this one is a brookie. Wow, there we go. Back-to-back fish. Switched up to the old creek bug like I mentioned there, but that's okay. We will take them. Another beautiful little brookie. Very first brook trout of the day. Back-to-back casts. I will take it. Fish on. Looks like another beautiful little bitty brookie. Wow, this one may even be a wildie, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. Wow, check out that little bitty beauty right there. Unbelievable. Come down, little buddy. Grab that old jig. Quick shake free. Wow, everyone, check out that one. What a beautiful little fish. Let's let him go. Fish number 3 out of the old lucky log hole. We have covered a ton of water without any success. Slid up here, 3 fish, almost in a row, guys. Heck yeah, it just goes to show you the power of that flipping and pitching. Making as many casts as possible, covering as much water as you possibly can in a short amount of time, and giving yourself the optimal opportunity to catch the fish as fast as possible. We will take it, guys. Heck yeah. Fish on right there. Nice brook trout. Good sized one. Wow. There we go, right into the net. Fantastic. Beautiful fish too. Wow, wow, wow. Quick pop loose. Give you guys a good look at that little beauty. And we'll let her slide right on out of the net, happy and healthy, to join its buddies. Well, I think this will be our very last flip of the day. I've had a ton of fun out here, flipping and pitching all along this creek, explaining to you guys how I do it, why I do it, and having some fun reeling in some trout in between. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button. And as always, if you have any questions about flipping and pitching or just trout fishing in general, feel free to ask away down there into the comment section. I try to reply to every single comment, so any questions you may have, feel free to ask. But if you would like to get your hands on some of those creek bugs or those mini minnows using today's video, all you've got to do is head down there into the description, click that very first link. It'll take you straight to my website. Be sure to use code YouTube10 to save 10% off any orders, $25 or more. Get out there if you can, boys and girls, and do yourself some fishing and have some fun. But most importantly, be safe and tight lines.